Hey folks, it's Mr. Portland Landlord here, coming at you straight from the front lines of rental property ownership in the Rose City and beyond. If you manage even one unit in the Portland metro area, you've probably felt the weight of our local tenant protection rules for years now. The fair ordinances kicked in back in 2020 with their strict screening rules, advertising mandates, source of income protections, and deposit handling requirements. Then there's that 2017 relocation assistance law that can hit your wallet with $2,900 to $4,500 depending on the unit size. We've all learned to live with them, and sometimes we grumble a bit, right? But now the city is dropping up to $400,000 over the next 2 years to actually study whether these rules are working as intended, or if they're creating some unintended headaches for both tenants and landlords like us. This isn't just another compliance checklist. It's real evaluative research that could reshape future local rules, affect housing supply, and even nudge rents one way or the other. As someone who's owned and managed properties here for nearly 2 decades and spent countless hours on the Paroa helpline helping fellow landlords, I'm all for data-driven policy. We want rules that actually protect vulnerable tenants without shrinking the rental stock or driving up long-term costs. So let's break it down so you know exactly what to watch for and how to stay ahead. Let's start with the basics, because even the most experienced landlords sometimes need a refresher, especially when spring move season hits and the calls start pouring in. The fair ordinances, fair access and renting, cover tenant screening, advertising, source of income protections, and more. From the Portland City Code, landlords must publish a clear notice of unit availability at least 72 hours before accepting applications. That notice has to spell out the open application period, whether the unit is accessible, your screening fee, which is capped, and your full screening criteria. Screening order is first come, first served, but with priority for disabled applicants in the first 8 hours of the open period. You can't reject applications just because someone lacks a social security number or proof of lawful presence, and you have to accept any reasonable combo of ID that verifies name, date of birth, and photo. Income to rent ratios are capped at 2 times or 2.5 times depending on area median income and subsidies, and you must consider supplemental evidence if an applicant gets denied under stricter custom criteria. Security deposits are capped at 1 month's rent, or half a month if you also collect last month's rent, with clear rules on condition reports, photos, and walkthroughs. And source of income discrimination is completely off limits. Vouchers and assistance count as valid income. Then there's the relocation assistance rule. It triggers on no-cause terminations after year 1. Certain landlord reasons. 10% or more increases in rent or landlord-controlled housing costs over any 12-month rolling period, or substantial lease changes. The payments run $2,900 for studios and SROs, $3,300 for 1-bedrooms, $4,200 for 2 bedrooms, and $4,500 for 3+ bedrooms. There are some exemptions, but many of them require a pre-filed exemption form with the Portland Housing Bureau and an acknowledgement letter before the lease even starts. Why is the city doing this study right now? According to the Oregon Live story from March 26, 2026, it's tied to $106 million in unspent housing funds, including $21 million in the rental services office pot. Officials have heard complaints from both sides. Some tenants say the rules don't go far enough and are hard to enforce, while small landlords say the burdens are pushing them to sell single-family rentals. Multifamily NW data shows Portland lost nearly 5,600 single-family home rentals, about 20% of the detached stock, between 2017 and 2024. That's way more than the 7% loss in the rest of the metro area. Families with kids are feeling it the most because there are fewer 3- and 4-bedroom options out there. On our Paroa helpline, screening disputes, security deposit fights, and relocation expense questions consistently rank in the top 3 to 5 inquiry categories, often making up 20 to 30% of total calls. They spike hard every spring, and relocation calculations? We get calls weekly on what exactly counts toward that 10% housing cost trigger. Base rent plus pet rent or fixed utilities can push you over the line faster than you think. These aren't abstract debates. They're real headaches that eat up your time and can lead to disputes or small claims court if you're not meticulous with your documentation. And now a couple shameless plugs. If these kinds of compliance headaches sound familiar, Northwest Rental Property Management specializes in full-service management or targeted eviction processing for Portland Metro and Central Oregon owners. We handle the screening, notices, and paperwork so you don't have to sweat every detail. Reach us at www.nwrpm.com. And if you want to stay on top of rules like these, come join the community over at www.paroa.org. We've got education, forms, networking, and we fight for your rights at the legislature. Back to the study. The Housing Bureau has narrowed contractors to the Urban Institute and Stout Risius Ross. Negotiations start this April 2026, with a full 2-year timeline for qualitative and quantitative analysis, stakeholder input, and comparisons with other cities. They're looking at effects on low-income, elderly, disabled, and POC tenants, plus the administrative burdens on landlords and impacts on housing supply and rents. Even if you're outside Portland city limits in Washington or Clackamas counties, this matters because our tighter rules can push tenant demand and rents outward. The study's findings could spark statewide conversations too, so what should you do? Watch for public comment portals and Portland Housing Bureau alerts. Sign up for notifications at portland.gov/phb. You can submit your own data on costs and trends anonymously if you want. The more balanced landlord-side information they get, the better the final report should be. Hey, while we're on the topic, have you noticed any real impacts from these fair rules or relocation requirements on your own properties? Drop a comment below and let me know what you're seeing out there. I read everyone. Bottom line, we want this study to succeed in showing what actually works and what creates problems like reduced housing supply or higher long-term rents. Balanced rules protect tenants without pushing small landlords out of the market. Keep documenting everything, use consistent criteria, and participate where you can. Because data beats anecdotes every single time. Hey, if you're a Portland area landlord, come join the community over at www.paroa.org. We've got education, forms, networking, and we fight for your rights at the legislature. And for owners in the Portland Metro or Central Oregon looking for hassle-free management, check out the pros at www.nwrpm.com.